Hello and welcome to today's practice. Thank you so much for joining me on your mat today. Today's flow is connecting us to the earth element. So essentially connecting us to the stability, the nourishment, the life and death and rebirth cycles that earth can teach us about. We'll be tapping into getting grounded, feeling the strength within our own body, providing that nourishment from within. That's what this flow is all about today, and I'm so glad that you're joining me. So we're going to start actually lying down on your mat. You can take yourself all the way down, bring your knees in, and gently rock side to side, lengthening into the back of the neck. Beautiful. Let's keep the right knee with you stretched into the left leg, dropping it down on the ground, pressing it into the chest. And then gently drop that foot down to the inside of your left thigh, dropping the knee outwards for reclining tree pose. So your hands can stay on the hips for a bit of support. If you want to take this knee a little bit further down, you can press it down, or you can just allow the hands to rest. So this is your choice here. And start to connect with the breath, observing how you feel. Feeling the hips heavier as you connect to yourself arriving onto your mat today. Gently from here, guide your right knee into center, bringing both knees into the chest once again, swaying side to side, gently waking up the body, whether this is the morning or the evening, maybe a midday practice. Gently stretch into the right leg, press the left knee in. Inhale, and slowly dropping that foot to the inside of your right thigh, some variation with your hands. Bringing awareness into the breath as we hear. Gently bring yourself into center, both knees in. We're going to bring the knees into the forehead. Take a deep breath into our seat pose. Drop the shoulders, bring the chin in. Then you can cross the ankles, bring the hands behind the knees, and we rock up and down along the spine. Times here, gently massaging the spine. This is actually one of my favorite poses or movements, you can say. They feel so freeing and fun, and also a beautiful back massage. Beautiful last one. And you can cross into the legs. We're going to move them away to find our tabletop. So our hands underneath of our shoulders, knees will align with the hips. Begin to drop into the belly, lift the heart, shoulders back. Exhale to press the mat away, bring the chin. Inhale as you open to the heart, the shoulders go back, lift the tailbone, exhale away. Feeling into each wave along your spine. And to start making this a little bit more dynamic, we can rock back into the hips with cat, chin in. Inhale, bring the heart through into your cow, shoulders back. Exhale, take a seat. And moving forward. Amazing. And from here, bring yourself through. Hands underneath the shoulders, let's suck into the toes. Bring that belly button in and then exhale. Hovering the knees off the mat. Press the mat away so you're pressing into the shoulder blades out of the back. Belly button in. Almost like we're doming that upper back. Little C shape on the shoulders. Turn your elbows to face the back of the mat. Last breath. And then exhale, send the hips up. Bending into one knee and then the other. And start to drop the hips from one side to the other as you take your gaze to the opposite arm. Amazing. And from here, find your way into your down dog. Press into your hands. Hands as wide as the shoulders, feet as wide as your hips. Maybe you add a little bend to the knees to make this pose a little bit more accessible for you. Take a deep inhale. And then as you exhale, drop into the knees. Keep the toes tucked in. And we're going to walk back. Press into the hips forward, start to activate into your core. And inhale, find your cactus arms. So your elbows are out in line with the shoulders. Bring your belly button in. Make sure that your toes are all tucked in so you feel supported here. And from here, we're going to inhale. Belly button draws up into the spine, take a gaze up, maybe opening into the heart by taking the shoulder blades into each other at the back, squeeze into the glutes slightly. And then as you exhale, start to bring your elbows close together, chin in, sitting onto the heels. Inhale, we're going to open into that cow motion. Exhale into cat on the back, bring the chin in, maybe your elbows join together. Inhale and exhale, moving at your own pace. Find the waves along the spine, letting that gentle stretch. Beautiful, last one. Hold it here in that cat-like shape, sitting onto the heels. And then inhale, use the core. Find yourself into neutral spine, elbows are out. From here, keep the core engaged. Take an inhale and step into that right foot out. So keeping the back toes tucked in. From here, inhale, we're gonna reach, look up, belly button in. Exhale, drop into the hips. Bring the elbows all the way into the ribcage. Inhale, press away into that big toe. Exhale, drop into the hips. And one more. Exhale. From here, inhale, we reach all the way up. Drop into the hips. Let's lift into that back leg. And then we're going to press it away to the top of the mat. Inhale into your halfway lift, your shoulders back. Exhale, drop your forehead down.
stretching into the back of the legs, little bend at the elbow of the feet. From here, allow the arms to be heavy and gently make your way back up, unwinding. As you reach, drop the shoulders away, feel into your feet, reach the palms together, interlacing your fingers apart from the fingertips to reach Tadasana. Bring your belly button in, rise up through the navel, lifting into the chest and the rib cage. Inhale. From here, exhale, start to find a back bend. So we're going to reach up. And when you can't go up anymore, take it back. Belly button stays in. If you need a little support for the lower back, bend into the knees. If you want to go all the way, keep the glutes engaged, belly button in, and reach to the top. Exhale, bend into the knees and fold over the legs. Inhale into your half or lift. Your hands either below the knees or your shoulders. So this is your choice here. Exhale, folding over once again. Let's widen into the feet here. A little bit wider than the hips, and grab a hold of your opposite elbows. And then we sway front and back along the toes and our heels. Center, we're going to sway side to side. We're still swaying from the lower body, allowing the upper body to be heavy, chin into the chest. Letting go of the arms, bring the feet in as wide as the hips once again. Press them away to unwind all the way up the shoulders back. Inhale, we reach up into Tadasana, reach up, belly button in, and take it up. Exhale, drop the hands back into the heart for Samasthiti. Feeling equal weight along your feet, pressing down firmly into each of your toes. Feel the grounding and the support of the feet, each corner of your foot pressing down. Ground supporting you, providing you stability. Dropping the shoulders away as you reach the crown of the head to the sky. Feeling grounded and firm, just like our mountain pose. From here, start to bring your body weight into the right leg. So first imagining, I'll just turn myself over to you. So first imagine that you're taking your body weight over to that right foot. And then we slowly start to shift our body weight. So press into the left foot, into your ankle. We're going to bring it up into the calf. So it's very important that we find whatever variation works well for us. Not to do something that doesn't work, but the whole point of yoga is to meet yourself where you're at and provide compassion and acceptance for that. So that's what we want to do today. So option to stay here, find your grounding, find your stability. If you want to go further, we're going to activate into this right thigh and then press your left foot in. Bring your hands to the heart. Find tree pose. Press into each corner of your feet or foot. Your toes pressing down, gripping on the mat, and slightly open into this knee to the side, opening into the hip as well. Option to stay here with the hands. Or we're going to take the arms out into a cactus shape. Bring your belly button in. Drop the elbows in line with the shoulders. Take a breath. And then looking at the ground to help with that balance, looking ahead. Maybe you can close the eyes to challenge the balance. And if you float around, that's just what trees do. this knee forward, flex into the foot, then slowly dropping it down. Beautiful. Reach all the way up to the top of your mat. Belly button in. And exhale to bend into the knees and fold over your legs. Finding your forward fold. Inhale into a halfway lift, your shoulders go back. Then exhale, fold over the legs once again. From here, press down into the hands. Let's find a plank. Inhale here. And keep the toes tucked in. We're just going to drop into the knees. Hands a little bit ahead of the shoulders. Then bring the hips forward. Shoulders back, shoulder blades into each other. Feel the heart come through. For a variation of up dog. Option to stay here, keep the belly button into your spine. And then we're just going to inhale, take a gaze over your right shoulder. And into center, exhale, into the left. Keep pressing into the palms. And over to the right. And then the left. 2 more on each side. Pressing the palms away. Into the mat. Beautiful. And slowly untuck the toes. Send the hips back into your child's pose. Forehead all the way down. You can reach the palms all the way forward. Bring the chin in. Take a deep breath. And exhale out the mouth. Keep your knees as wide as your hips, or just slightly wider, but not more than that. Our hands will come over to the ankles, bring the chin in, and feel the top of the head on the mat. So we're staying very light on the head. Option to stay here if this is enough of a stretch for you today. If you want to go further, inhale as you lift your hips off the heels. Bring the top of the head to the mat for a variation of rabbit pose. Taking deep breaths down into that upper back. Keep the top of the head light on the mat. So the weight is all pressing upwards towards the sky, through the hips, through the upper back. Last breath. And exhale, drop it down. Press your forehead back down on the mat. And breathing into this asana. Reach forward with the palms. Once again, your hands underneath your shoulders. Tuck into the toes. Bring the belly button in. As you inhale, lift the knees off the mat. Keep the hips in line with the knees. Press them out of the way, doming the upper back slightly. For our bear pose once again. Finding that strength and stability within. And then exhale, send the hips all the way up. Finding our down dog, stretching it out. Take a deep inhale in through the nose. Side out the mouth. Take the shoulders back. Press away. Now we can drop the knees down again. Keep the toes engaged and lift up into that camel pose variation. Tuck into the hips. Send the hips forward, the glutes are engaged here. Bring your belly button in all the way as if you want to touch it to your spine. Inhale into your cactus arms, so elbows in line with the shoulders here. We're going to move into the same. Inhale, feel your belly button rise up, opening into the heart, shoulder blades together at the back. Exhale, take a seat, bring the chin in, and cat in your back. Inhale. Exhale. Or cat back. I like how that sounds. Inhale, you open. Exhale, we close. 2 more. Inhale, send the hips forward. Keep the core engaged. Exhale, drop it down. Inhale for that last one. Exhale, we sit down and we hold. Doming into the upper back. Maybe your hands and elbows can touch. You bring everything in, stretch into the toes, find your grounding. as you inhale, bring yourself forward, open into the elbows, and then press forward with that left foot. Beautiful. From here, reach upwards. And exhale, you can take your hands or elbows, or hands to up the elbows, that is. And as you drop into the hips, inhale, we're going to reach. Exhale. Feeling to the hips dropping. And one more. Inhale to reach, and then drop the hands down, lift into that back leg, and then press it forward. Inhale into your halfway lift, finding your variation that works for you. Exhale, fold over the legs. Allow the arms to be heavy and start to press into the feet. We're going to rise all the way up, unwinding from your spine, reach upwards. Exhale into that Tadasana, interlace into the hands, send them back. Belly button in. Find height. If you want to reach the sky. Exhale, bend into the knees and fold. Bring the hands through. And then gently inhale as you unwind all the way back up. Drop the shoulders down. Hands into the heart for that Samastiti mountain pose. Feel into each foot pressing down. Your feet grounded, rooted. Just sense what that feels like for you. Gently from here, with your imagination first, if you need to keep the eyes closed, start to take your body weight over to that left leg. And then we can start to take it on physically, pressing the foot into the ankle or your calf muscle. So finding your own soft, pure variation that works for you. And then the foot can come into your thigh if you did so on the other side. Activate into the side, press the foot in, your hands to the heart. From here we'll find our lotus pose. So, not pose, mudra, so our hand gesture. We're going to keep our thumb and pinky finger together and spread apart all the other fingers, keeping the base of our palms together. Bring them to your heart, opening into that knee. Lifting up into the core, shoulders drop down, finding height in the street. We have the option to stay here, or if you like, you can grow your lotus tree, our mystical tree, reaching it up as an offering, and also as a gesture of receiving. Remaining open to receive as our cup is open. Are we ready? For that nourishment, for that stability, for the rooting, the grounding, reconnecting with our own roots, right? And remaining grounded in our power, our femininity. The earth is incredibly feminine, right? Through all the cycles of life and rebirth, all of the animals that depend on the ecosystem, we too depend on this ecosystem. So it's how can we all support each other? It's a very feminine aspect to look at, and I don't mean as a woman, I mean energetically, right? Take a deep breath. Then slowly dropping the hands down, bring that knee through, flex into the toe, and then you drop it down. Beautiful. You reach up into Tadasana. Reach up into Tadasana. find your back bend, standing back. Then exhale, drop into the knees and fold over the legs. Now start to lower down, lift. The heels stay on the toes. Your hands can stay down to support you. So they can come up into your knees. Then slowly from here, start to take a seat all the way down. And for our last pose, we're going to find staff pose. So move the hips side to side, finding your sit bones. Toes are pressing up, belly button in. Hands beside your hips, underneath the shoulders. Press the floor away to find height and shoulders back, opening into the heart space. Option to stay here, bring the chin into the chest, deepening into this very gentle spinal stretch. Keep the toes pressing up, legs strong. And then finding a forward fold. Bring the hands either to the toes, outside of the feet, or the ankles. And you can add a nice bend to the knees to make this easier for your back and hamstrings. Especially if you're practicing in the morning, or you're feeling especially tight today around the muscles and tense. Create that space for yourself. Taking the shoulders back, bringing the heart through. Take an inhale. Exhale, fold a little bit more in this pose, finding a little bit more space. And slowly inhale back into seated. Find any comfortable seated position for you. It can be on your knees or crossed legs. I'll be on my legs, on my knees today. So let's close into the eyes, closing our practice. Have your palms facing the sky. Bring your chin slightly in, lengthening the back of your neck. And from here, as you inhale, find an expansion of the body. As you exhale, find softening. Feel into the legs and the hips pressing down on the mat. The weight of the body supported by the ground beneath you. Then we'll use our imagination from your legs on the base of your spine. Start to draw down roots into the center, the core of the earth. And here, even if we don't see anything with our mind's eye, we can just imagine, we can feel it, tune into your senses, trust. Drawing our roots all the way down, starting to feel the nourishment, the grounding, support and safety from the earth's core. Gently start to bring this energy from the core of the earth up the spine with the inhale, all the way to the top of the head, where you have a lotus flower blooming, open to receive, representing knowledge, understanding, acceptance, connection, growth. Trust and faith. On your next exhale, start to draw this energy down the spine into the roots. And as you inhale, bringing it back up, circulating your breath this way. this is where I leave you today. Feel free to stay here as long as you like. And take good